It's been over 2 decades since Johnny Cash died and 14 years since the release of his last posthumous album American 6, Ain't No Grave. A couple of years ago Express.co.uk spoke exclusively with the Man in Black's son John Carter Cash, who confirmed that there was more unheard music in the estate vault. And today a new album called Songwriter, made up of previously unreleased 1993 recordings, has been announced by him. Featuring a new band to accompany the 30-year-old vocals of his father, the first single Well Alright is out now and you can listen to it below. The announcement shared, in early 1993, the legendary Johnny Cash found himself between contracts in his then nearly 40-year career and recorded an album's worth of songwriting demos at LSI Studios in Nashville of songs he'd written over many years. LSI at the time was owned by his son-in-law Mike Daniels and daughter Rosie, and he wanted to help the family financially while also record some songs special to him. Not long after the fruitful session, Johnny met producer Rick Rubin, and the recordings were shelved as the two embarked on an important and prolific musical partnership that revitalized the Man in Black's career that would last the rest of his life. Some 30 years later, John Carter Cash, the son of Johnny and June Carter Cash, rediscovered the songs and stripped them back to just Johnny's powerful, pristine vocals and acoustic guitar. Along with co-producer David "Fergie" Ferguson, the two invited a hand-picked group of musicians that played with Johnny, including guitarist Marty Stewart and the late bassist Dave Rowe, along with drummer Pete Abbott and several others, to the Cash Cabin, a hallowed space in Hendersonville, Tennessee, where Johnny would write, record and relax, to breathe new life into the tracks, taking the sound back to the roots and heart of the songs. For John Carter, working on Johnny's music is a form of catharsis and communion with his dad. He said, "It's not about selling Johnny Cash, he would be doing that himself. I'm grateful that this record is here, even if it was only for me, because it reminds me of who my father was, and I do believe there are people out there that knew him on somewhat of a level that I did, that will be just as touched. But I also believe that there are people out there that have never heard my father's music that will find new interest in hearing this album and hearing my father's voice. I hope that gleans some curiosity in some people where they dig further, and they discover more because there's a lot to see within those pages." Johnny Cash, Songwriter track listing 1. Hello Out There 2, Spotlight 3, Drive On 4. I Love You Tonight 5. Have You Ever Been to Little Rock? 6. Well Alright 7. She Sang Sweet Baby James 8. Poor Valley Girl 9. Soldier Boy 10. Sing It Pretty Sue 11. Like a Soldier,